Okay, who was the genius that came up with this? When I heard this was announced, I stood around patiently like everybody else in complete disbelief that Mike Tyson would come back out of retirement to fight Jake Paul. Out of all the people in the world, he's fighting Jake Paul. Right off the rip, completely suspicious. I don't trust anything Jake Paul or Logan Paul attach their names to. In my eyes, they are the scum of the earth. And if they ever hear this, I want you to know, I think you're the scum of the earth. And if your rebuttal to that is, well, I could kick your ass, I think it's time you grow up because you're not a little kid anymore. We're fucking adults and we can talk with our words. I'm sorry that you're so triggered by my words that you instantly go into defense mode because you can't just control your emotions. I guess in these circumstances, it really shows themselves what people are snowflakes. That being said, I don't know what people are expecting with this. No matter what happens, I feel like it's an L. You know what I mean? So just think about it, right? Let's say Mike Tyson wins. Okay, well, Jake Paul just got his ass handed to him by a 60-year-old who has been inactive for, what is it, like 2-3 decades at this point? A man who so clearly has CTE, who is not there completely. And Mike, if you listen to this, dude, come on. Let's be so fucking for real. I know you were good in your prime, but you take enough punches to the head and you don't, get those concussions checked out. You don't take care of yourself. Even if you do, you're going to end up with a little bit of CTE. And I think it's very present in the way that you conduct yourself. That being said, with all that taken into consideration, I think Mike Tyson does a wonderful job doing what he does. A lot of people have come around to him, even though when he was a boxer, he wasn't, I don't think, I feel like I can say he wasn't the most liked fighter. I think he was, again, I wasn't really like a fan of boxing at the time, but I do feel like he was respected, maybe not liked, and maybe that was because of the decisions that he wanted to take. He wanted to be the villain. I can't say for sure. Of course, those hooks, those punches, they have a lot of weight to them. I completely understand that. He is still a 60-year-old man with CTE. What does that prove to you? It's like if I got in the ring with my 60-year-old history teacher. But Pablo, Mike Tyson has training in boxing. Yeah, so what? Like, I never did boxing. Me personally, I did Muay Thai. But in a boxing fight, I would be at a disadvantage because the way you have to fight and engage is completely different. I guess you could say that I'm inexperienced, and so would my history teacher be. Just think about it. Let's be so for real. I'm sure that even high schoolers have a teacher that they're like, yo, I could kick his ass. Of course you don't do it because it's respect. You know what I mean? People know better than to do that kind of stuff. I mean, maybe it's not respect, maybe they're scared of the consequences, but the point still stands. Can you imagine that? Would there actually be a sense of pride coming out of you if you kick someone's ass who is not in peak physical form? I'm sure, like, are we crazy? Like, do we not realize that over time, like, our body just starts breaking down? We're completely predisposed as part of nature. What would be the point in winning? That's just what I don't understand. What do you stand to gain? And then on the chance that Mike Tyson wins, Jake Paul just got his ass kicked by a 60-year-old with CTE. So I don't know what he's trying to prove. And the thing is, like, you can't convince me that it's not rigged because Jake Paul does not fight actual boxers. Out of everybody that he's fought, only 2 people were still relatively active, and they're not even good if you view them like rankings wise. Obviously, if you compare them to the regular person, they're gonna kick their asses. They have the training, so that's not what I'm arguing. But just look, out of the 2 people, I want to correct what I said. So he's fought 3 people that are active, but he lost to one of them. He lost to Tommy Fury. So he also fought against Andre August and Ryan Berland. Andre is ranked 263 out of 1,388 in the cruiserweight division. Globally, 45th out of 187 in the US. Ryan Berland is 288 out of 1,388 cruiserweight division globally, 48th in the US. So these 2 are relatively comparable, but they're not good. And it's so frustrating that somehow people give him credit. I mean, don't get me wrong, training takes a lot of commitment. There's a lot of conditioning, there's a lot of just practice, there's a lot of hours, it's grinding. Just like any gamer, and I'm using gamer because, come on, we're on YouTube. I'm sure most of you game, but gamers grind the same amount of hours in their favorite video game, if not probably around the same, at least over a time span. If you're looking career-wise, a game probably doesn't have that like it probably won't be around for that long of a time, but if you compare like a year's time, okay, let's put it like this. If you're playing a competitive video game, these guys would probably be they'd probably be diamond. I think they'd be diamond, just to kind of put it into perspective and how they compare to their colleagues. They're good, definitely significantly better than the world, but the world is not competing in boxing, so they're like amongst their peers, they're like diamond, which, you know, good for them. Now in comparison, the person who actually beat Jake, Tommy Fury, he actually won by a split decision. He has an undefeated record of 10 wins, 4 by knockout as of November 14th 2024, and he is currently ranked among the top 40 in the cruiserweight globally. And I think more than anything, what frustrates me is, at least related to the Mike Tyson fight, to my understanding is going to be a sanctioned fight, which is just crazy to me. It is such a cash grab. And I've seen the interviews. I know you guys have seen the interviews. You guys have seen Mike Tyson behave himself as a poet of death as he speaks. He'll say something like, "I'm so sorry to my kids. I was never around for them. I've been an awful father. But that doesn't matter, because on Friday, I will use these weapons that God given me, and I will murder Jake Paul on the stage in front of everybody." Which is just crazy, mind you. And also, I want Mike Tyson to win, and I know he's 60, but I do think he has a solid chance at winning because he's doing it for his kids. You do not, okay, if I've learned anything throughout my life, is that you don't want beef with a person when they're protecting their kids. Just look at what happens with bears. Bears, of course, carnivorous, but if you get anywhere near their kids, you're fucking cooked. And let's be so fucking for real with that. I don't know, maybe it's because I learned Muay Thai, and my teacher, my sensei, who actually won a lot of championships back in Thailand, the first thing that he taught me was having respect for your opponent. And I understand that boxing is a spectator sport, but it's kind of, in some aspects it's pathetic, and then in some it's funny. It's pathetic how Jake Paul tries to get under Mike Tyson's skin. Like he's really talking himself up like he's not about to fight a 60-year-old man with CTE. All the while Mike Tyson is just chilling in his little chair with his little t-shirt. They'll ask him questions. They're like, "Oh, what do you think is gonna happen?" "Oh, I'm gonna win," and that's it. No showboating, which, to be fair, I don't think Mike needs it. I think he has a legacy that speaks for itself. If Jake Paul were to fight Mike Tyson in his prime, he would not leave that fight alive. And that's the truth of the matter. He would get hit so hard, his soul shot through the Soul Society, shot through Waco Mundo, came out from hell, ascended into heaven, just to slowly descend back to hell. Because let's be honest, that's where the Paul brothers are going. If you know, you know. I think at some point as consumers, and I speak about us as consumers a lot, we need to grow up and stop viewing people just so that we can get a glimpse at their downfall. Because, well, yes, it would be absolutely sick to watch Jake Paul get his shit kicked in by Mike Tyson. At the end of the day, Jake Paul is making $1 million of profit off of that. More millions than I think he deserves. How many do I think he deserves? He deserves this many. Awful people like Jake Paul deserve this many millions. This is how much money they deserve. And that's the way I feel. That's how I feel about people that exploit others. I will probably get the highlights on TikTok like I usually do, and because it all trickles down and I'm force-fed this information. I'm just a hostage in this situation. I'm being held hostage. I'm gonna be forced to watch the results of this. And although I think statistically speaking, it's more likely that Jake wins because, again, Mike Tyson is a 60-year-old with CTE. Oh, it's gonna feel so awesome if he wins and beats Jake Paul's teeth in. Maybe me saying this is enough for you to think that I'm a hater, and I'm okay with that. I don't like people that exploit others. Oh, sorry, dude. I guess you're gonna have to shoot me. I've committed a crime. Just take me out back, put one right in between the eyes, you know? I think it's fair to say, though, that at the end of this, no matter who wins or loses, I think the winner has to put down the loser because they've served their purpose, you know? That's like what they've been living for. So at that point, whoever loses should... I'm just kidding. It's a joke. YouTube, it's a joke. I don't really mean that. It's a joke. It is frustrating, though. It is. I think so. I think it extra hits me that it's sanctioned. The life is not fair. I feel like I've said that a lot lately. Life isn't fair. It's not. But yeah. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this fight will be oh so totally legit. I just can't help but have the thought that Mike Tyson hits Jake Paul so hard in the face that his head just flies off, and for a second everybody's really gonna be staring at their TV like, damn, that really happened. Either way, no matter what happens, I wish the best of luck to Mike Tyson. I hope you get this W, man. You looks like you've been training your ass off. I really hope that you're able to get your cardio up to where you need it by tomorrow, because I think they're fighting tomorrow, aren't they? Or I guess today if you're watching this video when it comes out. But yeah, what do you guys think? Who do you guys think is gonna win? Are you guys gonna tune into the fight? Let me know down in the comments. I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. I want to thank you guys though. I know it's probably really hard not to notice the pimple on my forehead, but I really do appreciate you guys staying quiet through this whole thing despite the pimple. It probably won't be there next time, so you know, soak it in while you can. That being said, if you like the video, please hit that like button. It helps out a lot. Subscribe if you enjoy my content, and hit the bell so you can be notified when I drop a new video. Hey guys, new video just dropped. Yeah, this has been Subtly Artistic. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.